Okay, so Shamima Begum, she's back in the headlines for what, in my opinion, are distraction reasons, mainly from the fact that the Tories just voted down an amendment that would protect the NHS from foreign control. But I'll bite and I'll engage in this discussion. She's been granted an appeal by the High Court to fight the Home Office's decision to revoke her citizenship. Now, in a case like this, the emotive response by most sensible people would be keep her out of the country. She joined a terrorist cell. She revoked or rescinded her Britishness and went off to fight for a group that hates Britain and hates Britishness in all its forms. And that is a completely fine stance to have. It's completely rational to want to protect your country from people who would harm it. That's fine. I'm not here to disparage anybody for having that opinion. However, I will say that beyond that, if you're going to be into politics and have political views, thinking with your heart is it's a good value to have, but so is thinking with your head. So while our immediate knee-jerk emotional reaction is to ban her from the country, she doesn't deserve British citizenship, we also have to look at the logical side of things. Because if we start rescinding people's citizenships, no matter what the cause, when they go abroad after they've committed crimes, or if they go abroad to commit crimes, in the case of Shamima Begum, what happens when somebody commits crimes here and then flees abroad? For instance, Shamima Begum is also Bangladeshi. She's not only British, and many people have argued that we should revoke her British citizenship, thus forcing her on the Bangladeshis, because you cannot make somebody stateless under international law. It's illegal. So what would happen if somebody from the UK, let's say they went out and they murdered 15 people and then fled abroad, and we said to the country that they fled to that we want them extradited here to face trial for their crimes? And let's say the country that they went to was Bangladesh, and let's say this all took place a year after we revoke Shamima Begum's citizenship. The Bangladeshis would have every right to say, piss off. You're not getting this person because you foisted an international terrorist on us and made her our problem. And if there was no diplomatic talks about this, it was just done. So we have to think, what are the long-term consequences of this? It could cause massive ramifications for our political and judicial system. And if we don't take responsibility for British citizens who are criminals abroad or terrorists abroad, we are going to lose our ability to actually call for British citizens to be extradited. It's going to become a big problem for us domestically and in foreign policy. Something to think about it. Another thing I also want to talk to you guys about is there seems to be this ideal that she's going to come back into the UK and that's going to be it. She's not going to be released into the public sphere. As soon as she sets foot on British soil, I promise you, she will be arrested, she will go to trial, and she will, if she's found guilty of any terror acts, she will go to prison. That will be that. And if she's not, she will be on the MI5 watch list for the rest of her life. Whether the MI5 are capable of watching potential terrorists very well, in the wake of the Manchester Arena bombing and the revelations that bomber was on their watch list, is a whole other discussion. But it's not like she's going to be let back into the UK and she's going to be given this and given that and given everything. She's not. The only thing she is getting at the moment, which she is entitled to as a British citizen, is legal aid. The same legal aid that you and I are entitled to. You may not like it, but this is the state of international law. If you're a British citizen, you're entitled to legal aid to fight criminal cases. I'm sorry, but these are the facts. So while it's all well and good being all, well, she shouldn't be allowed to come here, she, essentially got rid of us, got rid of her British character when she went to fight for ISIS, that's fine. But you need to think about cases like this, because it's not going to do you any favours if you kick somebody out and revoke somebody's citizenship It's not going to do you any favours in the future in terms of domestic, and foreign relations. So that's all I wanted to say. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.